Booyah! This is Robin from the Back Pain Secret Podcast, and today we are going to talk about how to make a good back pain decision. How to make a good back pain decision. First off, we're going to play the intro song. We'll be right back, guys.
So, here's the important question. How can back pain sufferers like us, who don't want to use prescription drugs or go through surgery, heal our back pain? How do we live our daily lives in a way that allows us to go to work, take care of our families, enjoy life, and still manage our back pain? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Robin Wakeham, and welcome to Back Pain Secrets.
Okay, guys, I'm back, and today, like I said, we're going to talk about how to make good back pain decisions. Sorry about the technical issues in the beginning here, but I'm live on like 4 different platforms. I'm seeing everything, and it's kind of just like it's a lot of stuff to keep back, you know. So anyway, so today's story, guys, I have a patient story as always, and we can call this person Bruce. It's a guy, and Bruce is a made-up name, of course, to protect the innocent. Okay, so anyway, Bruce is 43 years old. He had 2 kids. He was working with insurance. Okay. And he has been experiencing back pain for the past year. He actually acquired this while playing paddle. Okay, he was playing paddle. One of these new sports is almost like tennis for old fat guys. Everyone out there that's playing paddle, please don't hate me, guys. I heard that somewhere. I'm sure it's really a hard workout. Anyway, he experienced a pop while he was playing paddle, and this actually increased sciatica pain in his left leg. And a year back now, he's had this sciatica pain more or less on and off constantly. He's been taking painkillers, all different stuff, you know, over-the-counter stuff. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't, you know. The biggest thing, you know, is that Bruce is actually sitting at work at his desk. He doesn't have a standing desk, and he's sitting 8 to 10 hours every day. And he's living one of these box lives, you know. He goes to work in his car, and he's like in a box. Okay, he's driving in his box, and then he goes to a little cubicle in his office, and he's sitting at the box. Okay, then he gets home, take the car also in the box, and then he gets into his couch at home and watch TV, looking into a box. Okay, so he's really living this box life, and his pain in the back is actually increasing, not reducing, and he's getting more and more frustrated. Externally, what kind of guy is Bruce? You know, Bruce is one of these laid back dudes that doesn't really like to take any decisions. Okay, he's more or less just wants no responsibility whatsoever. He likes to work in teams. He doesn't want to do stuff alone. He always wants, like, he's afraid to get criticized if he makes the decisions. So he prefers if other people makes the decisions, and he just more or less tags along, you know. And he's been like this all of his life, and it's something that he has messed it up quite a bit for him, you know, because he always wanted, growing up, internally, he felt like he wanted to be a leader, he wanted to be strong, he wanted to be tough. Okay, and he always felt ashamed that he was so afraid of being criticized. You know, he never like had the courage to make these decisions by himself, and he feels now when he passed his 40s that this stuff is actually holding him back quite a bit, you know, work-wise. You know, he's not getting the promotions because actually if you run a company or you do something, people that run companies, they want people that make decisions to stick to their guns, that actually can get shit done. Okay, and more or less Bruce is just a follower. He just want to follow people around and doesn't really want to make that. So he's very good at his work, but he can't really make decisions for himself or for anyone else, and that is holding him back. Also with his back pain, you know, he knows that he should be moving around and walking, standing up and doing all of that, you know, but instead he just pops pills and think that that's going to help him, but actually it's not helping him at all, because it's messing up his stomach with the pills. He's getting more and more depressed. He also is getting a craving for like eating crappy food when he's eating these pills, you know. So he's eating more fat foods, more sodas, and his stomach is all messed up. Also with his kids, you know, his kids are quite wild, and that's also that most of the parenting he's actually leaving up to his wife, you know, because he doesn't really want to getting in a fight with anyone. He's very afraid of any form of conflict, you know, and it's all like building up in him. And it's been like this for many, many years. And he can go back to his childhood and all of that stuff, you know, but it's affecting every aspect in his life, even his relationship with his wife, you know. But then he doesn't really know how to get out of this. Analyzes, paralyzes, you could say. Like, he's always thinking about all the bad stuff that can happen if he makes a decision. So we're sitting here now, and he's been to visit me 3-4 times now at this point, and we've gone through all the like ordinary stuff, you know, to do the core stability exercises, to be standing up at work 30 to 40 minutes a few times a day, to be walking at work at least half an hour to 40 minutes every day. We talked about all of this, but his problem is deeper, you know. And this is what I found with most patients that come and visit me, even if it's over Skype or if it's at my office here in Stockholm, you know. They've had back pain and they're here, and there's other stuff, underlying stuff that's actually irritating him. Okay, so his question is more or less, you know, how do I make better decisions? How do I have the courage to make decisions regarding my back, regarding my kids, regarding my work, regarding my relationships to other people, you know? And we had this chat, and I was telling him, you know, I can give you a few tips and tricks, you know. I'm still struggling with this myself, but it's stuff that I have had to learn in order for me to progress and get ahead, you know. And this is stuff that I picked up, and I also do this on a regular basis, you know. So first off, my recommendation to you, Bruce, is to make the decision that you're thinking about sooner. Okay, it's the longer you hold off making this decision, if it's your back or whatever, you know, it makes it harder. Okay, it makes it harder. It's usually easier to make a decision earlier on. Okay, because shit has a tendency to pile up. Okay, when you were thinking about making the decision and you're not making the decision, other shit comes into your life and just get piled up, and eventually everyone is just irritated at you, and things just go south. Okay, and I'm trying to get this point apart. So kind of, guys, it's kind of like this. Okay, I have quite a few men in their 50s that come into me, and usually around New Year's Eve, there around that period, they come in and they say, you know, well, I gotta make the big decision, you know, now to I'm 50 now, I'm about 50 pounds overweight, I'm gonna like reduce the weight. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do for my New Year's resolution. And you know, you want to be respectful and stuff, but it's like this, you know, you're 50 years old, you're 50 pounds overweight. What took you so long? Okay, you know that it's not healthy for you. So that's kind of like that, but it's in all different aspects in your life, you know. For example, if you hate your job, you know, make a decision to leave your job is usually a better decision than just holding on to. Try to work and make some changes in the current work situation, you know. Talk to your higher boss here, see if there's a new position, see if you can get some new chores to do, you know, whatever. But if it doesn't work out, you need to change that. Okay, today, guys, we live in a society that people are very, very afraid of making any kinds of decisions, you know. We're so safe all the time. People are scared of change, and that's like human nature. And if you know that from the beginning, it goes back to when we were cavemen and cave women, you know. We're like acting, we need to make changes in our life and understand that any change that we make will first off will make us feel insecure. Okay, but that's it should be like that. Okay, so don't let that stop you. Okay, other guys, you know, stop putting things off. For Christ's sakes, you know, you need to stop putting things off, because there's so much stuff out there in the world to do. And if you're just putting stuff on, I'll say, I'm going to do that tomorrow, I'm going to do that tomorrow, I'm going to do that tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Okay, it's easy as that. And also, when you make a decision, very, very important, when you make a decision, you need to stick to your guns. You need to follow that decision through. Okay, and understand that when you make a decision, when you stand up and say, I'm going to do it this way. Okay, I'm going to do it this way, there's a lot of people around you that get uncomfortable because they're used to you just following along and doing what they think is right. Okay. And now, even if it's like the first couple of times, people will say, what the hell happened to him? Why is he like making decisions, doing all of this? He used to follow what I say. So make sure that when you make a decision that you thought it through, but then follow through on that decision. And of course, I mean, if shit happens and things just fall apart, and you recognize that you made the wrong decision, you can change it, but don't like stop and change your decision off and on all the time. Okay, it's very, very important. Okay, so how do you make a good decision then? Okay, how do you make a good decision? Well, there's a few things. There's a few criteria. First off, you need to think through what is right for me. What is right for me, Bruce? Or what is right for you? Also, you need to consider what is right for the people around you, your family, your friends, all of that. You should have that in consideration, but that shouldn't be the sole like purpose of your decision making. And also, I have like a tendency to think about like this. Okay, in a more worldly space. Okay, let's say that I make a big decision right now. Okay, could be whatever. And if that my decision is shown up in the news or in a news feed or the newspaper or the television or something like that, will I be able to look myself in the mirror every morning and live with that decision? Okay, meaning don't do shady stuff. Okay, that stuff always comes back to you. You might be able to pull a quick one or do something dishonest or do something like that and get away with it, but in the long run it always catches up with you. Okay, so number 3 then, I would recommend you to, if you're standing and you're doing this big decision, for example, you're going to have back surgery. Okay, because most of you guys that are listening to this, you have some kind of back problem, and chances are that the pain that you're experiencing right now is quite like painful. You might have pain in your lower back, radiation down your leg. It's hindering you from doing your job, hanging out with your family, like being the father or mother you want to be, and just it's just horrible. Okay, so first off, I would definitely try to collect as much information as possible regarding the topic. Okay, and let's say if it's a back surgery, you should definitely consult with at least 2 back pain surgeons. Okay, not physiotherapists, not chiropractors, not osteopaths, not general doctors. 2 orthopedic surgeons that actually do standing and doing these operations. Okay, and you check with them. You talk with the first person and you see what they have to say about your chances of being like reduce your pain, and then you have have a chat with the other person, okay, the other doctor, and see what he or she has to say. Okay, and if both of them are in your pain is horrible and both of the doctors say, well, I think you should operate, or that's an alternative, at least you should consider that. Okay, but if then like Dr. A or Dr. B have a different opinion, then you can go through a third doctor and see what he or she has to say. Okay, so please make sure that you collect information and do your research. Okay, because most people that make bad decisions in their life is they're a lot of people, they don't listen to anyone, they don't do any research at all, they just do whatever. And then there's a lot of people that actually listens to people and talk to people, but it's shit. The person that they're talking to don't know what they're talking about. Okay, the people have a lot of people love to have opinions. Okay, everyone has an opinion, but you need to focus on listening to people that actually know what they're talking about. And most often a person like that is someone that has done what you want to do exactly now. Okay, there's like 7 billion people in this world, and there's loads of people, hundreds of people out there that are have done what you have done. Okay, or have done what you are trying to do. So please find these people, listen to them, and take their recommendations, and learn from their mistakes. Okay, guys, I'm getting on a roll here, all sweaty. Okay, number 4. So if you've made some bad decisions previously, and you're afraid now that you're afraid of making decisions because all like the past couple of decisions you made have been really bad, then there's a few things you could do, okay? First off, sit down, have a cup of coffee, tea, and start to analyze, what was it that went wrong? When I made these bad decisions, did I listen to people that actually knew what they were talking about, or was I just talking to a friend that had all kinds of opinion but didn't really know what know anything about the thing? Did I make the decisions because I want to please everyone around myself and be loved, okay? But it wasn't the right decision. Am I just trying to please everyone? And also make sure that you need to build up like a kind of a wall, that understand that if you make a decision and you're very steadfast, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and you're not hurting anyone, okay? You're just doing that for yourself. Understand that people around you are going to get upset. A few people will get upset. Can be many reasons. First off, few of them are just afraid because they're going to get left behind. And number two is that people get afraid of people that actually have a goal that want to go forward, okay? And it's very, very important that you don't let that stop you, okay? So again, don't make a decision that can hurt someone irritate or hurt someone or do something illegal or anything like that. But if you're doing something good that that you can benefit from and other can benefit from, okay, and the people around you might not just understand what you're doing, okay, don't let them talk you out of doing what you do. And I'm going to leave you with this, okay? I'm going to leave you with this. This is something that served me quite a bit. If you really want to do something, in your life, okay, and it's really important for you, okay, just do it, okay? The stars will never be aligned altogether. The situation will never be perfect. It comes down to if you really want to do this and you feel it in your heart, this is the right thing to do, just do it, okay? And correct the stuff that goes wrong if something goes wrong, okay? And it's always easier to ask for forgiveness, okay, than permission, okay? Because most often when you ask permission, people will say no, because that's going to leave their comfort zone. Okay, guys, this was a long one, a bit of a rant. And guys, remember, just one step away from healing your back pain.
Want more back pain secrets? Then go ahead and get your free copy of my best-selling book, Back Pain Secrets, at backpainsecrets.com. Inside this book, you will find my top secrets to healing your back pain without prescription drugs or surgery that have helped thousands of other people just like you.